In 218 BC, Hannibal launched one of the most famous and daring military maneuvers in history. At the head of a huge multi-ethnic army, he marched from Spain with 38 war elephants across the frozen Alps and into Italy. Pushing south, Hannibal won victory after victory. Rome was facing disaster. Mike Loades is an expert in ancient warfare.
What an exceptional man Hannibal must have been.
Hannibal is such a legend because he was both a strategic genius and a tactical genius. He led a polyglot army. He had Numidians from North Africa. He had his Libyphoenicians from North Africa. He had Iberian troops from his Spanish campaigns. And he supposedly spoke to all these people in their own languages. He was a soldier's general. What greater testament could there be to his character? These men willingly followed him on this great and dangerous adventure.
Eventually, in August 216 BC, at Cannae in southern Italy, a huge Roman army was assembled, the largest force ever put in the field. It was 80,000 strong, twice the size of Hannibal's, and the Roman generals were confident of victory.
But what happened next would become known as one of Rome's darkest hours. More than 40,000 men, over half of Rome's fighting force, were massacred. Hannibal's victory at Cannae stands as one of the most memorable military feats of all time. But, according to one of Rome's most celebrated historians, Livy, from the shameful bloodbath of Cannae emerged a true Roman hero. Publius Cornelius Scipio. In the intervening years after the defeat at Cannae, the war with Carthage spread across the ancient world, an intercontinental game of cat and mouse with bitter fighting on land and sea. While Rome fought a desperate guerrilla war in Italy, preventing Hannibal attacking the city itself, the Roman generals made a plan to destabilize the wider Carthaginian Empire. In 210 BC, they launched a counterattack in Carthage's main power base, Spain. For Scipio, this was an opportunity to rise through the ranks. A singular man, brave enough to take on a job most considered a death sentence. 206 BC. After 5 years of bloody fighting, Scipio had defeated the Carthaginian forces in Spain, securing land and critical resources, including Spanish silver mines for his mother city.
Scipio returned to Rome a hero, determined to win the war against Hannibal, who, 12 years after crossing the Alps, was still at large in southern Italy.
Rome's leaders had avoided launching another large-scale attack against Hannibal, terrified of repeating the mistakes of Cannae. Scipio, emboldened by his victories in Spain, now proposed a radical and daring plan. He would draw Hannibal out of Italy by sailing with an army to North Africa and attacking Carthage itself. The two great armies faced one another. Hannibal had 36,000 troops, Scipio 30,000.
One of the things that Scipio learned from Hannibal is to use troops from other nations, to use specialists. You have got the Numidians with this vastly superior cavalry force from North Africa with their javelins and their fast, agile horses, who had been crucial in all of Hannibal's campaigns for 16 years through Italy, now fighting for Scipio.
And the critical thing about this battle is that it reminds us it's not just brawn, but brain that the Romans use, because they've been wooing the Numidians for years. Diplomacy is as important as sheer military strength.
Absolutely. The tables have turned. They had been Hannibal's secret weapon. Now they're Rome's secret weapon.
Courtesy of the historian Polybius, we have an account of the speech each general gave to his troops.
If you overcome your enemies, you will gain for yourselves and your country the undisputed command and sovereignty of the rest of the world!
This is the day to confirm your reputation for invincibility. Fight bravely and uphold your proud reputation as an army that has never known defeat!
Forwards!
Scipio's Numidian cavalry immediately attacked Hannibal's smaller cavalry force, pursuing them into the desert. But as they charged from the battlefield, Scipio had temporarily lost his one advantage. Now, the two armies clashed.
Come on! Come on! For victory!
With Rome's superior cavalry still out of sight, Scipio rushed reinforcements to the center of the battlefield.
Come on! Forward! In your formations! Now!
Where Hannibal's elite veterans threatened to punch through the Roman lines.
Come on! The center must hold! Our strongest troops are so far!
Scipio's forces were on the brink of collapse. But the tide was about to turn.
The battle had been raging since daybreak. By early afternoon, the Numidian cavalry returned to the fray, attacking Hannibal's forces from the rear and encircling his troops, just as, 14 years before at Cannae, Hannibal had encircled the forces of Rome.
Scipio had won a stunning victory. 20,000 Carthaginian troops lay dead. Hannibal's army had been completely destroyed.